third time's a charm. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's probably telling you guys I'm live and then it clicked me off. Live, click off. Oh, it's been such a long time. So I'm just gonna center in. I feel abundant with energy. That I wish to just hang out. And just kind of do a little bit of a share time. Last night was a major share time, but that was more on a silly note. This is more on a personal note. I just appreciate you all being here and being patient with the amount of content I'm bringing out, and just always being like a great support system for me as well on this end. So I want to reciprocate. I guess that would be reciprocity, right? So I wish for me, right at this moment, let me get my words straight, to reciprocate that. Something just came in as well when I started saying that word. It reminded me of precipitation and letting it rain through. So very deep inner thoughts have been going on for the past couple weeks. Some of you may have known that I was potentially going to move to a new location, and that was not in the cards. I was hopeful for it. I will say I'm a bit disappointed by it, but on the flip side of that, I would like to say that I feel a relief as well. And I feel that there's an opportunity to re-look at the actions I took, the emotions I took, re-looking at how I arrived here in Colorado. And so I'm kind of grateful for being able to be in the same spot. So I have 13 moons here. We do, not just I. My family and I have 13 moons to go here at our place. I know a lot of you followed along with my crazy talk about the shooting, the fighting, the things like this. It really feels like management came in, higher ups somewhere in this place came through and are really cleaning things up. So definitely a whole transition of people have moved out, and I'm really like just embracing this new energy of families that are moving in. It feels good. So I feel like I just wanted to share that, because when we have these seemingly setbacks, sometimes if you look at them as new restart opportunities, it helps. So I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to chat along. I hope all is well with you guys. I've really been guided to just come on with a lot of lightheartedness, to brighten up the energy. It is very much a time of things coming to the surface. Just like with any eclipse season, this happens. So it's not of surprise, but lots of things coming up as well for myself. And so I've been looking at some patterns of mine. I've been really deep diving within my dream realm, and yeah, processing it all. Another thing Spirit wanted to come in and speak about was, this is the time, which we've been exploring this, the archways we've been creating, these archways of light. Look at the archway behind me. These archways of light that we're creating, it will be really beneficial, and I would say even essential. That's what I'm feeling, to, as these parts of self come up, to gently and gracefully walk them through the threshold. Walk them through the threshold this time of eclipse season. What I'm sensing is, sometimes in the past we may have looked at patterns during the eclipse. We may feel like we have even tended to some of these things, but we leave them. We leave them in this realm. And right now I'm really sensing that it's time to walk each and every piece of ourselves through that threshold and walk ourselves home. So last night was a really good example. If you did attend, I was definitely in my silly, playful, witty mood. It felt nice to have that aspect of myself being heard and interacted with. So I'm so grateful if you guys hung in there with that. But that is what's been processing. That's the process. That's what's been processing within me, is bringing home all the aspects of myself. So sometimes when we look at our spiritual teachers, our spiritual leaders, when we even look at ourselves in the mirror as we're embarking on the spiritual journey, we somehow put an image within our mind that we need to be a certain way, look a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way. And this is something I was talking with a sister here in Colorado. We've been building relationship. It's been an honor to sit with her. I look forward to more. And looking at these deep questions, such as what is taking place in the spiritual realm, what it looks like, and honestly how we show up authentically. And so a lot of you know I've been back and forth of what I'm going to do, taking time off, and I feel like just me stating that I needed time to recreate myself, and you guys are going to see my physical vessel recreate itself as well. I feel like as I go through these things, it's represented within my physical body, how I dress, how I change my hair. And that's the fun part about being human and being multidimensional and being just a being who can switch. But it doesn't mean that we neglect or forget about the other aspects of ourselves. So this is a process I think Spirit's asking us to embark on and to look at right now at this point in time. Another topic we talked about is with everybody coming online, and this is something that I felt in January, that sense of awakening that's taking place within everybody is making just a real soup out there of thoughts, of ideas, of uncertainty of how I embark in this way, of how I show up in this way, and we're all searching for ways to come about. I'm in hope of this, that we're all searching for ways of showing our genuine authenticity, our genuine love, and what we can bring out. And the important thing to remember in this is just to allow grace for everybody to be going through this transition point. It even goes into the the deeper conversations of how we're looking at transitioning within transgenderism, how we're transitioning into being these beings that are now at so much evolution, of transitioning into this whole field of evolution. So many deep conversations, so many deep topics are going to be coming up. Of course, I'll be sharing as I can. We're going to continue on in this manner of page after page, type of not disjointed messages, but more layering and layering and layering and layering. So this is what I wish for the membership. I'm really excited to focus on this, and then also have the books. I'm enjoying that. I love that. That's part of me. And what I've done, guys, is that's why I want to share this with you. As I started to awaken to my Alvin heritage, if you will, my Alvin heart, as that started to awaken, I almost felt like this identity crisis. Like, well, how am I going to be perceived as Alvin? How do I share that? And then it turns into like a whole, did you see my cat run by? A whole thing within. And now I know it's not meant to look a certain way. So just remember, as you're awakening into what you want to bring out, it's not meant to look like anyone else. It's not meant to be like anyone else. It's not meant to wear the long dress with the brim hat and no makeup and sitting there. And you know, that's good for some. And then there's the ones that like to dip into aspects of themselves, such as myself, and playing with different colors within me. And that will show on my avatar body with the bright lipstick, with the fun play of the eye shadows and the eye colors and the hair transitions and just morphing my body into feeling like I'm clad in my sacredness of how I want to show up. And there will be times when I'm in my Elven regalia, right, with my beautiful silken cloaks and with the headpieces and with the beautiful jewelry and the adornments. And sometimes I'll be embracing that. And then other times, just as I am right now, I will be in a comfy, bright pink hoodie. And it's all the same. It's all the same. I just wanted to share that. And it really was shown to me because when I did the last pick a card with the, I want to say guilt, but it's grief. And what Spirit came in and said is, I'm guilty as well of only showing the aspect of when I'm channeling Alvin, right? So those who are following me know me in this way. And then I run into something, well, how do I merge that aspect with, let's say, the one who wants to just be silly, hang out, and have fun and look with books? And the answer to that is we simply just do and not worry about what others think. And I'm only using mine as an example here. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I know a lot of you are going to start working in the community and possibly coming on lives like this and having your own community and your own friends of who you're helping and working with. And it's like, these are questions that have come up for me, and I hope this is beneficial for you. Because as society and the greater collective is going through so much transitions and looking at labels and looking at all of these details that is inevitable for humans to do as we evolve, as the greater collective is looking at that, of course, our own individual aspects of who we are, how we see ourselves, how we show up, that's going to be amplified as well. Not to mention with an eclipse. So I hope that's helpful for you. I always strive to be the most authentic self. I do see my tendency to want to, show more of my, what is the word for this side? I hold a lot of my sacred teachings and my connection with Spirit with great reverence. So when I'm sharing and I have to be in that place of reverence, that's only one part of myself. So I often get asked, do I walk around and I'm always this way? No. There are aspects of me that just want to be silly and have fun. There's some that want to there's different, just like you guys. But we have to remember we can just get up on the elevator and we can come back down. I can go all the way up and down. And that's what we're working on. This is what we're working on right now, is being a multidimensional human being who can get on the elevator and get off the elevator. And it just be as simple as that. When I want to go deep in, like right now, I could switch into that because it's practice and it's ritual and I've been doing this for a while here, a long while. And so I can shift my perspective. I can shift my frequency. And this is what I hope to bring with this membership, is that shift where it's easy to shift. It doesn't mean we have to. It just means we can navigate that without feeling seasick, without feeling. How interesting, as I'm speaking, and it keeps pausing as we're talking about frequency. See, when we elevate, the frequency doesn't match technology, right? But then I have to come back down. I have an important message right this second. And so I'm going to come down in my frequency and allow this to come through this way of communication. And so this is what we want to be.